All right, market has changed. How do you decide how to actually price your home in this given market? That's what we're talking about on this episode of Ryan and Real Estate. Thanks again for joining us. I'll get to the point real quick. Market has changed, obviously. Homes are sitting. Maybe we're even seeing some drops in prices to get it sold. And partly the reason that is because we had such an inflation of the prices over the last 2 years. As we saw in most markets, the average increase percentage is over 20% increase from the beginning of the pandemic to where we're at now. Now, it's not gonna be like that forever. We're not gonna get 20% increases every day. If we did, we'd be living the dream, but it's not gonna happen. So, just like any start climb, it has to retract just a little bit, and that's what we're seeing this market doing. It's kind of decelerating. I wouldn't say it's a horrible market by any sense of the word, but we are in a more balanced market. And so what I would tell you is one, just have some good expectations or some good positivity in your mind of what you have sold your home in 2019 for versus what we're selling it today. 20 to 25% increase. If I would have told you that in 2019, you would have cashed that check all day long. But are we having a little bit of retracement of not just going through the roof with those prices? Yes. So how do you actually price a home in today's market? Well, let's talk about how we used to price a home as you have a normal appreciating market. Well, usually the first thing you do is you pull out comparable properties, similar square footages, similar bedroom sizes, similar neighborhoods, schools, all of that. And then you look back to 6 months, 3 months, and you see kind of what was the average. And realtors use this, appraisers don't necessarily use this, but we use kind of price per square foot as one of the main measurables. It's not the only, but one of the main measurables to figure out price per square foot, 3,000 square foot home times 200 square foot, what does that equal? Most of the homes are selling that similar price per square foot. That's a good way to measure it out. That's kind of how you get to it. Then the last thing you look at is what is on the market. And if we were to put the market on at this price, the house on at this price, what does that compare to the other properties? So that's how we normally do it. So how do we do it in today's market? When you had that kind of normal appreciation or that kind of extreme appreciation, we're throwing properties on and they're kind of getting sold pretty quickly. How do you do it today? Today, you kind of do what I would say, first off, you go backwards. And by the way, one of the things we're seeing is we're actually seeing some sales price decreases. And if you look at some markets like Spokane, Austin, some of the more over exaggerated prices, increased prices that have gone through the last 2 years, we're seeing major drops there, but they're more year over year. They're still doing great. People are still making great returns on their investment when they bought it, but quick drops, yes, in a month or two, we've seen some quick drops. So how do you decide it? I actually think you do the backwards. You actually start with what is on the market, because the reality is if prices are dropping just a little bit, then you're probably going to be fine as far as it appraising. It's probably going to appraise. But the question is, what's on the market right now and how does your home compare to that? Then you kind of look at days on market. The homes that are on the market right now, how long are they actually sitting? Because there's some homes that, if you have a pool and outdoor kitchen in the Houston area, those are going really quick comparatively to the spec home with the similar yard and no upgrades. We're seeing those sit a lot more. So you really revert the process and look, it's actually more important what is on the market than actually what has sold given this current market. And then really as you're sitting with your agent or your seller and you're thinking what's going to happen, really have some realistic expectations. The last 2 years we had a moon shot to the roof of how much prices are going to increase, and they've been going crazy. Well, it's not going to happen like that anymore, at least the given time that we see that. So how long is it going to have to sit? And then how long we have to sit before you're either willing to correct the price, which is really the only thing you can do, or market a little bit more better. But typically if you're with a good agent, they're doing a great job of marketing. But what price do we got to get into where we entertain and kind of tease more buyers into your home? So really it's looking at what's on the market and making a decision from there how you price your home. And as always, you want to have a really good real estate agent that helps guide you through that process. It is more important than ever that you're working with an expert that knows your area, knows your home, and can help you price your home effectively. If you have any questions, drop a comment below. Also check out these other videos that we have about what kind of market we're in, or is the market gonna crash? We'd love to give you some more information. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you next time on Ryan in Real Estate.